Hello, this is Kevin Richardson, and today we are going to look at the anatomy of an amoeba. Okay. Oops. Amoeba. Alright, there we go. And so with the amoeba, there we go. Alright. There are a couple of different parts to it, even though it just looks like kind of a puddle of goo. They are part of the protist family, so they do have a couple things like they're multicellular. They do have membrane-bound organelles, and this one is heterotrophic, which means that it tends to want to eat other organisms. As you can see right here, it's going to try to consume this one with what looks kind of like a little cove, but really what it's doing is it's actually pushing itself to surround this organism so that it can envelop it. And so what it does is it uses these pieces here. There we go. Which are called pseudopods. A pseudopod with silent P are basically cytoplasm that gets pushed into a direction, and then the material from within the amoeba tends to just follow it, almost like a puddle with a mind of its own, and it surrounds the organism and then pulls it into it. We can also see that on this other side there's another line kind of going out there, and that is also a pseudopod. So anytime we see those pieces hanging out, those are pseudopods. Okay, and they are basically used for movement. Okay, there are a couple other things that we might see that stand out, and many of them don't appear like they're anything special, but they really are a part of the amoeba. One of the main components is this piece right here. Okay, this is the nucleus, as we can see with the light and the slight darkening in there. And so this is our nucleus. This is where its genetic material comes from. Okay, so it replicates DNA, and then it's also able to use it as it continues to develop for replication. And the outside of these amoebas are mainly just the cell membrane, which is just this outer layer right here along the edge. So we have a cell membrane that goes around the outside, and then inside we have that kind of the gooey stuff here, just the cytoplasm. Okay, and so we're going to label that one as well. So we have cytoplasm, which is kind of the inside stuff. The cell membrane is the outer part, kind of like our skin is the outside. And then we have a few other smaller pieces in here as well. Okay, well, actually, let's go to the largest, the biggest internal piece here, this guy. That's called the central vacuole. And anytime you have a vacuole, it's really just kind of a container. It's like an empty sack that holds things, or may not be empty in every case. It's kind of where it keeps its nutrients. Contractile, there we go, vacuole. And then the other things that we see over here, besides the food, are going to be these other other little pieces, which are kind of like look like little freckles or something. And what they really are, I'll just label them separately, but they're really the same thing. These are the food vacuoles. And we have another food vacuole right here. And so that's what the inside of an amoeba consists consists of. Hopefully you found it interesting and useful, and thank you for tuning in.